Episode 2. We continue our adventure as Luffy and Koby are on the way to the next closest island, Shelltown. Koby warns Luffy that there is a dangerous man called Hunter Roronoa Zoro rumored to be a ruthless bounty hunter, a demon in human form. Luffy and Koby arrive at Shelltown, a town where a marine base is stationed. While Luffy is strolling around boldly asking for information about Zoro, the townsfolk cower in fear as they mention the pirate hunter's name. And when Koby mentions the captain of the marine base, Captain Morgan, the townsfolk are similarly fearful of Captain Morgan. As Luffy and Koby approach the base, Luffy climbs up the wall of the base and they find their target. Roronoa Zoro, crucified and weakened. A small girl, Rika, bravely sneaks into the base to offer Zoro onigiri. But she is stopped by Helmeppo, a snobbish man who steps and destroys the onigiri after tasting the sweet-flavored onigiri. He then orders a marine to throw Rika off the base. Luffy then catches Rika and proceeds to confront Zoro about himself. Outside the marine base, Rika is overjoyed to hear that her onigiri was consumed by Zoro. She then reveals that the town was run by a tyrannical Captain Morgan, who allowed his son, Helmeppo, to regularly abuse his citizens. One day, Helmeppo brought a hostile wolf into a bar, which attacked the customers and ate their food. When Zoro attacked Helmeppo for his cruelty, Helmeppo threatened to execute all customers in the bar unless Zoro turned himself into the Marines, where he would be crucified for 1 month. Later, Helmeppo reveals in the bar that he intended to execute Zoro, violating the deal he had struck with the pirate hunter. Luffy assaults him for his dishonesty, then heads towards the marine base to confront Zoro on joining his crew. At the same time, Helmeppo retreats to the base to ask his father, Captain Morgan, for some aid to punish Luffy. Luffy then appears before Zoro to strike a bargain on joining his pirate crew with his condition on retrieving Zoro's confiscated katanas in exchange for his loyalty. Though Zoro refused, Luffy decided for himself that Zoro would be in his pirate crew. As Morgan orders his men to erect a large statue of himself on the base's rooftop, Helmeppo then confronts his father again and demands to aid him with Luffy. Morgan then strikes Helmeppo for he was becoming a nuisance during his project. He forces his subordinate to capture Rika for trespassing, but his lieutenant refused to imprison a child, and as a consequence Morgan killed his own lieutenant to prove a point that his word must be followed by everyone under him. The Marines proceed to lift the statue of Morgan. At the same time, Luffy launches himself towards the rooftop, grabs onto the support rope to save himself from flying too far, accidentally destroying the statue of Morgan in the process. Luffy grabs Helmeppo and flees, searching the building and locating the katanas. Meanwhile, the girl who robbed the Alvida pirates ship also infiltrates the marine base to steal its goods. Meanwhile, Koby attempts to free Zoro from the cross, but is spotted by Morgan, who orders his men to open fire on them both. They are stopped by Luffy, who deflects the bullets with his rubber body. Making his grand entrance, he declares himself to Zoro as Monkey D. Luffy, the next king of the pirates.